the ATP5C1 risk factor and its correlation with psychological diseases. Our DNA we inherited from mom and dad is our genetic code, our blueprint, our instruction book, which tells our body how to make proteins and enzymes. In most cases, they are made correctly. However, on a specific gene, when you have on a nucleotide right here the wrong letter, a variant, a single nucleotide polymorphism, a SNP, a risk factor, your body is being instructed to make your protein or enzyme in a specific biochemical pathway incorrectly. While we assess for multiple SNPs that are associated with psychological diseases like the MTHFR with Alzheimer's, and we just learned with Dr. Jen Myers the CRP is also linked with depression, today we're going to discuss the big heavy lifter of risk factors we assess for that is directly correlated with psychological diseases. This variant is on the location of the ATP5C1 gene. It is the ATP5C1 SNP, or the ATP5C1 risk factor. According to ÜFORIA's DNA Wellness Action Plan, when our gene ATP5C1 is functioning properly, it encodes the gamma subunit of the mitochondria ATP synthase enzyme just fine. It is part of complex 5 in the mitochondrial respiratory chain. However, if there is a risk factor, a SNP, on the ATP5C1 gene's nucleotide, it is functioning improperly and not producing enough of the critical ATP5 synthase enzyme. And we need this enzyme for energy production within the cell. On our Facebook page and group, DNA Guided Nutrition, I posted an article, How to Optimize Your Mitochondria for a Healthier Brain. When you are not producing enough ATP synthase enzyme, numerous studies show that there is a correlation between impaired mitochondrial functioning in the brain and many psychiatric and neurodegenerative diseases, including bipolar disorder, major depressive disorder, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, chronic fatigue syndrome, schizophrenia, psychosis, panic disorder, social anxiety, generalized anxiety, and other stress-related diseases. When you have decreased ATP energy production, you have mitochondrial dysfunction of your chemical energy necessary for all of your cells' biochemical reactions. And you will have increased oxidative stress, which is commonly found in the brains of people suffering from brain and mental health disorders. Cognitive symptoms of mitochondrial dysfunction can also include impairments in attention, executive function, and memory. When you have a psychiatric disorder, it really is a biochemical imbalance. You are not producing the amount of ATP enzyme your body needs, which is leading you to psychological and emotional problems. Furthermore, this increases your desperation to make the discomfort or pain go away. Add a trauma to your life, and you become a likely candidate to self-medicate. Our CEO, Mr. Ron Williams, really struck me in our cause.
You know, as I've had many nights to sleep on this great technology, one of the things that I've really learned that's awesome to understand is this. Throughout my career, I would travel around the world and preach this message of the importance of prevention, and I always felt like a superhero casting a safety net over everybody. Now that I look back, I was misinformed, because this technology illuminates something very important. If that version of prevention were true, we wouldn't have people that can smoke a pack of cigarettes a day and live to be 100. That's genetics. People who smell secondhand smoke and get sick. That's genetics. How about fitness icons in their prime dropping dead of heart attacks? Or people who take that first pain medicine, the first time they take it, they know they're addicted. And others take it, they're like, it makes them sick. So what we're learning is prevention is very precise. It's called precision prevention. And this technology illuminates the idea that maybe what you're preventing is completely different than what I'm preventing, and everyone sitting in the room is preventing something different. Fortunately now we can have a straight line coordinates to our wellness using DNA. Very precise. This technology not only screams what the body needs, but it indirectly screams for what it doesn't. And therein lies our efficiencies. So for this reason, we're going to really bring the timing of this to the world. Why? This is the sickest generation ever. This is the heaviest generation ever. This is the first generation that's projected to outlive their children. And we live in this foodless foods and lifeless drink, fast food lunchable era where our children think they're health nuts if it says 10% juice on their candy. And when they think they're eating fruit, it's marketing. It's Fruit Loops or Apple Jacks or Crunch Berries. We've got to do something about this. So it's time that we take a stand, because what's happening is people are trying to find quick fix imitations of health. The fast food addiction, the drug addiction, trying to imitate synthetically what health might feel like, and then all of a sudden find yourself in a bear trap of addiction. It's an epidemic in our country. Did you know that America comprises of roughly 4.6% of the global population, but yet we consume up to 90% of the world's opiates? This is unacceptable. So we want to do something about it. I've been passionate about preventing this for years now. I directed a movie called Happy Valley. It's an award-winning film that sheds light that these are good people with bad habits. Somewhere they forgot that health is a habit. It's not an event. It's the small things that we do day after day that equate to wellness, or the small things that we do day after day that equate to disease. You don't get sick overnight. You don't get well overnight. And the cool thing is, your body will perform miracles by the minute. It is more miraculous than the assemblance of the top 10 physicians on the planet. All it needs is the proper raw materials. Nutrition is a straight line of raw materials dictated by your very DNA. So for that reason, we're creating a cause that we're calling Swab for the Cause, acknowledging that health is the new high. We all feel powerless. Now we can do something about it by taking care of ourselves. A person who steps over their health will find an addiction. A person who embraces health is addicted to health. That's why we're creating Swab for the Cause, where health is the new high.
According to the CDC, 70,237 drug overdose deaths occurred in the United States in 2017. I graduated from Long Beach State with a degree in psychology. Go Beach! And I have many fond memories of our community outreach with our National Honor Society in Psychology, Psi-Chi. This certificate, by the way, hasn't seen the light of day in years. I have lost many friends to addiction, and I myself almost became a statistic in 2015. So mental disorder and addiction is an extremely poignant issue for me personally. This is one of the reasons I am so passionate about DNA-guided nutrition. ÜFORIA is with precision targeting your greatest weaknesses and vulnerabilities found in your DNA that have been scientifically proven to be modulated by specific nutritional supplementation. If you have this ATP5C1 risk factor, be happy that you now know. Information is power, and in this case, literal power. We are going to give you a specific combination of nutrition scientifically proven to support your mitochondrial functioning and overall cellular energy. So please join us in this movement to fight against addiction, to make health the new high.